This Christmas.
Christmas bells ringing, find the joy. Hot 97.1 spreading love every night. From country to leeward, when the stars shine, joy spread in the airwaves, one song at a time. Find joy, give joy, that's the Christmas way. Find joy, give joy, give joy, find joy, give joy. Hot 97.1, lighting up your holiday. Find joy, give joy, that's the Christmas way. This way.
Find joy. Give joy this Christmas. Only with Hot 97.1.
Because enjoyment every day. Because enjoyment every day.
If there is one thing I like about Bickles, it's enjoyment every day. It doesn't matter if you're coming in for your beef patty and that hot cup of coffee. It doesn't matter if you're wanting that smoothie boost. It doesn't matter if you're at work and need that little sweet treat. What actually matters is that one common fact. That is, the experience is enjoyment every day.
Because enjoyment every day.
GK and Priority Insurance. Because we care. We offer competitive rates, a wide range of insurance coverage for your home and vehicles. And when there's a claim, our team of professionals handle your claims promptly and efficiently. When you need wide insurance coverage at a competitive rate, call us at 451-2049 for your rate quote today, or visit us at Bay Street, upstairs Bickles and Western Union. GK and Priority Insurance. Because we care.
It's time to hear from you. Call 485-9797. Exclusively with Bickles. Taste the difference.
All right. Remember, you can go on down to Bickles today, get the little patties and the little rolls and the pizza rolls and all that, a little hot coffee and thing. And good morning to everybody by GK Priority Insurance Limited. It is with the compliments of audio. So if I were to be working here and I said, you know what, guys, I think I'm done with that. Done with that. And are they going to victimize me like really?
100%.
Oh,
100%.
That is what I was afraid of.
Without a shadow of doubt. As a matter of fact, the thought of it alone, kind of just.
Oh my. Yeah. I mean, but when I say me and my immediate family, or me and
your family is good.
Okay.
But you?
Yeah.
Every fetch you're playing, I'm booing.
Gee. Mother. Show it that laptop.
I'm going to come and spill water on the system.
Mother. In all seriousness, Ralph should be the last man to talk, to hinder a thought, to let him a glimmer of something as it relates to victimization come out his mouth.
Let me hear what he said.
Should be the last guy.
What did he say about victimization?
Already, there are disturbing undercurrents that are emanating from certain quarters within or closely aligned to the new regime. Threats of political persecution and political victimization are already being openly and not so openly ventilated, not only against me and my immediate family, but far more importantly against labor supporters and activists, especially those in the public sector, but also in the private sector. Be assured that active political resistance, peacefully and legally, will meet any such political persecution or victimization. I can be relied upon to lead such a resistance. Do not mistake the strength of my will in this regard. I shall be reasonable in striving, seeking, and finding, but I will not yield to injustice, unfairness, bad governance, or the selling out of my country, this magnificent component of our Caribbean civilization, to which I have devoted my entire life in service. On a personal note, I expect that as if
Who won the election?
You know, this.
You think he could get his head around that he doesn't really have the power to to stop any of these things, though?
No, that's why he wrote the speech.
But before we go into that, how would you define victimization?
What is victimization?
I think he's calling victimization. He's going to consider any inquiry into his actions, the actions of his family. You know what I mean?
How would that be victimization?
Any sort of inquiry into that, I think he's going to deem that as victimization. But unfortunately, it's not his call. He's going to have zero say over whether the new government
investigates
him if they feel that there were wrongdoings going on. And he's going to be somewhat powerless to stop any investigation.
You think he realizes he's powerless?
I don't think so, but at some point he's going to come to that realization.
But just for clarity, that's not victimization.
That's not victimization. No,
that is a government exercising its power of due diligence.
Yeah,
but what he's doing again, right? What he's doing,
but he doesn't want to couch it like that. He wants it to be couched as
victimization.
Any sort of examination of maybe the actions of his government, his family. He's going to deem it as victimization, and there's no way that could be considered victimization.
What he is doing this, is that he is selling this to the troops. So anytime anything was to break out, and he say, "Well, all right, you check it into his whatever," you know, the troops can jump up and say, "You're victimizing the man." So he crafting.
That's not victimization.
He painting the victimization picture.
Yeah. He's trying to set the scene for it.
He's setting the scene for it. So anytime
but again, though, just like with his labor warriors call,
setting the scene for it.
Nothing came of it.
Yeah, nothing.
Nobody cares.
Nobody care about that. What about man?
If there was wrongdoing done, then the public will accept.
And if there was none, then kudos to you.
Yeah, done. But he's crafted in a way that if you look into my business, I have to do this. You can't do nothing, brother. You're not that guy anymore.
I think the other thing that he's leaning towards is, and I guess that's what people are most looking at as victimization, which I don't think it is. If you have people that are in public sector positions, hold on, man, what good are you?
You keep it.
What good are you? There are certain positions, right, that a government would utilize to execute its plans. If you have over the years put people in there that are loyal solely to you and your party and your agenda, which is how it works, right? Because you're trying to execute your plan. So you put people you think are sharing the same vision. It cannot be victimization if the NDP comes in and shifts those people and puts their people in there.
But maybe they weren't sharing the same vision. Maybe they were there because they
of
were
a reward.
told.
Right. Exactly. Right. So
not the people you want in government.
That's not the people that you could rely on to execute. Remember, the NDP going in, they're now being held accountable by the people. I'm not going to risk having somebody there who's going to undermine me. Who's going to sabotage me. That's not victimization. That's making sure that I can get a
I don't
job
think
done.
anybody would see it as victimization if Candyman was removed from API.
No, that's
like Kadik Patterson on the live is saying accountability is not victimization.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
I'm not going to risk my government because you think that you should remain in that position forever.
Right. But what big homie they now is doing is setting the scene to make it appear to be.
There was a thing that popped off. I don't know if you saw it. I popped off over the weekend where there is a letter purporting to be from the government.
The then government.
Purporting, the government back in that time.
That's the then government.
Which said that the government was acquiring lands in Beckway. Right?
Yeah.
Now we didn't touch it today, but because I think there's a lot more to come out on that. Right?
You had told us about this weeks ago. Months ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But allegedly they're in the name of an individual. So the government informed the owner of the lands that government will be acquiring them. So the question is, how do they end up in private hands?
Well, it would depend on whose name is it.
Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Well, Parang never.
But the the new government, in many ways, has an obligation to ensure that there was no misappropriation of funds.
Yeah.
From any previous government, and if they were misappropriated,
you deal with it accordingly.
They have the obligation to recover those funds.
So is this what partner is calling victimization?
Well, according to him, he's not worried about that. He's more worried about the small man.
No.
But I
No.
have my doubts about that.
No. No.
I think it's very funny how he talks. Though he clearly hasn't fully come to terms with that. His say
This is what I just
is
asked
not
you.
the only say as it used to be.
Do you think he really realizes this?
Well, look, it's difficult. Yeah, for 25 years, what you said went, regardless.
Yeah, true.
Regardless of the law, regardless of people's opinions, regardless of etiquette,
It just went.
it just went. And now all of a sudden, you find yourself in a position where
It can't win.
your say has virtually no.
No, man.
Somebody has an interesting take. They said Rao's rhetoric is troubling. He continues to sow the seeds of division.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity to say, I know governance isn't easy. I have done it for 24 years. I want to see the progression of SPG regardless of who the people choose to be the leader. And so I wish the new prime minister well. Together, both sides and the PULP must work together for the betterment of all Vincentians. Such a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But that's not him, huh?
It's not.
I mean, we have to face reality. That's not his persona.
But my question is, do the other senior members of the ULP see this as an issue?
No.
They have to.
Because-
If they don't, they're condemning themselves to a long time in opposition.
Because from what I gather from what the PM has said, I don't think he has come to the realization of why people turned.
He keeps saying, right? He said something in there about his people stayed home. That's not true. They switched.
Right.
Right. I said this to somebody over the weekend, right? Why did the PM charter 2 helicopters to fly him to North Leeward and land there something approaching 4 p.m. in the afternoon?
5 p.m.
No.
It was Minister 5.
Minutes to 5, right.
Yeah.
I think he landed sometime around 4 o'clock,
Okay.
right? When Kishore Shala won that seat by 500 votes, so it wasn't close. It wasn't like his presence was going to make a difference at that point. It was too late.
Right.
But what it tells you then is that the ULP's figures were off. That they thought, because they said, well, Jagger's a Labour man, so therefore, when we saw him go to the polls, we assumed he voted for us. They didn't realize that their own people weren't voting for them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there was no reason for him to go there.
I still don't think he's really seeing why people didn't like the end of his governance. This whole thing became about him.
Yeah.
And he's still speaking like it's
But
about
look,
him.
but the speech.
Yeah.
That's
It's not about you. It's 110,000, 100,000 of us.
He has not come to the realization till now.
And we don't like that.
He didn't see it before.
Like
So he
that.
can't see it now.
You know what I find sad though is that his fellow ULP
Ain't say anything.
haven't come to that realization either.
Nah, I disagree. Listen to Camilo's speech again.
Camilo playing you, man.
I don't care if he's playing it. He knows why though. Even if he doesn't
You sure
believing
you're
it.
sure Camilo is not trying to set the scene
But
to
switch?
no
to make his way back in.
to bringing himself back as a leader.
Fair enough. But guess what? He could see why
Not
people didn't
necessarily.
like
Maybe
it.
that whole thing was an act.
It doesn't matter if he's acting if he could see why.
No, but you got to do it in tandem with his father. The
No.
two may have been in tandem.
Nah.
Yeah,
Whether or not, right? What I'm saying is,
because look at it, right? Look at the.
I don't think you're gathering what I'm saying.
Look at the Camilo situation, right?
Uh-huh.
On the 27th, we didn't give 2 hoots about Camilo,
Right.
right? He dropped a little sympathy speech, drop a tear, and all of a sudden,
Didn't-
oh, Camilo,
No,
right?
no. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
Whether or not he's lying or he's acting like, boy, yeah, I care that, people realize that, it was more about them, yada, yada. The fact that it's an acknowledgement of that says something. I don't think the PM can acknowledge it. That was the issue.
Yeah, but you could only say that if the two weren't done in tandem. If the two are operating in tandem, it's just another play for power.
Unless Camilo was truly done with it.
Unless he's truly done with it.
Truly done with it.
But possibly he's not. Possibly it's just a play. What do you think, Chris?
To me, I don't know.
I don't know what to hear.
I want to hear.
You're saying Camilo shed a tear. Huh? I think he did the absolute opposite of shedding a tear. I think he looked overjoyed to be God.
I don't even think so. Camilo ain't shed no tear. What the main point of that day is to trick people again. To make you feel
possibly.
Make you feel that I feel something. I don't.
I don't think he wants you to feel anything.
It was one more play on Sabi.
One more play again.
No.
And this is why Sabi should come out and condemn
Camilo.
Sabi should come out and condemn the PM speech.
Listen,
the former PM speech.
He did what he always does best.
No, this isn't what he does best. And that's my point. That is not what Camilo does best.
Maybe he played you.
Brother.
Because when I watch it back, I'm like, maybe we getting played it.
I look at it as goodbye to all of you. I'm going to go enjoy my life finally. That's what I see it as. I don't look like a man looking to come back. Look like a man like, gee, thank God you guys didn't give me one ballot box. Remember, not one, No. He acknowledged that the people completely rejected him. That his style does not work.
Maybe he catch you.
Catch me with what? I don't feel sympathy for him.
I mean, remember what he said, right? Oh, okay. Put it another way. What were his policies? All these policies and projects that he was working on. What were they?
They weren't there. They were not there.
But he said he spent the last 8 years or 9 years, however long it was.
And guess what?
On projects and policies. What were they?
He did neither because he didn't even go the other route that
right,
we don't
but he
like.
said that he was doing it.
It doesn't matter. Because guess what?
Chris.
You know what he acknowledged though? That he didn't come and do the kiss baby thing.
No. And why didn't he do the kiss baby thing? Because he was too busy working on policies and projects. Show me which policies and projects he was working on.
But look, you're missing the point.
He played you.
Shut up. Shut up. I tell you, stop playing word by
played.
Listen, new regime here.
He funneling you.
New regime here. I don't care if Camilo did the projects or if he kissed the babies. All I can see in Camilo's face is, to hell with the rest of you. I gone. That's what I saw.
You don't know what you're ridiculous rocket ship.
So why then?
Hold on.
So why then did he say he was spent all his time working on policies and projects?
Because that's what politicians say.
No, but if he's out, he don't have to say that.
He could look for it with sympathy.
No, he was looking for sympathy. If he wasn't looking for sympathy, he wouldn't have said that.
I don't care, man.
No. If you don't care, well, first off, if you don't care, you don't say anything. You just jump on your plane and you go.
No, I'm saying I don't care. I don't care.
You're playing like you're sympathetic.
No, because you guys are saying, right, that looks like a play. To me, that's not a play. That is Camilo saying, thank God it's over.
Okay, so what policy and projects did he work on?
It doesn't matter at this point.
That was his excuse.
No.
You don't need to make an excuse if you're done with it.
God.
You know what I mean? If I'm done with something, you're never going to hear me about it.
And you know what? And you know what, Luke? You know what we would have been here saying? He would have been getting the same licks as the PM.
Yeah, but he wouldn't care. He done.
People still, you don't care because
you say he gone.
You don't care because you don't care what people think about you.
You say he gone.
You don't care because you don't care what people think about you. How do you know that?
Otherwise, you would have gone and greet the people.
But you see, you're not a normal human being, Luke. You don't care what people think about you in general.
Listen.
People like people like me, maybe Jeannie, maybe even Chris, don't like that. Might not like that people hate you. You don't care if people hate you. You've accepted that, right? That's just you. I don't think that's a normal human being. You could come out with I'm telling. I don't mind telling you that. I don't mind telling you that. You don't care if people hate you. I care a little bit if people hate me.
Why?
You see, and the fact that you could even ask that question.
Why you care?
The fact that you could even ask that question.
Why? If they don't like you, there's nothing you can do about that.
Why would you want to traverse country where
But
people
more importantly,
hate you?
More importantly, though, why would you say you're working on policies and projects?
Because that's what politicians say.
Yeah, but he's no longer a politician. He done.
But I still want to care that I can walk the street.
Why not just say the people selected Laverne and we done?
Jesus, peace, eh?
I don't get it. Why do I need to create? Why do I need to create a narrative?
You and your dogs could walk every day. Are you good? Everybody could live like that.
Why do I need to create a narrative if I'm done?
I don't want to go in the supermarket and people are
people in the supermarket.
Exactly. And now he just more time.
He doesn't even have to put his phone next to his ear now. He can just put his headphones on like he always wanted to.
The general consensus on the live is that Jagger is correct. He seemed relieved.
He's relieved.
That it's over.
I don't want to
even raising the point that he was micromanaged by his dad too much. So right now he's just out.
Thank God it's over.
I'm a 50-year-old man being managed by my father. Give me a break.
Yes.
Give me a break.
And that was with the compliments of
Pickles and GK Friday shorts is limited.
He catch on all there.
Catch all here.